Plato used to say that when we look at the light of the sun, when we look deeply or directly to the light of the truth, this kind of light hurts lots of and makes us suffer in an indescribable way. This was common. This was said by him because when we are living in the cavern, when we are living in the cave, we are so used to the comfortable light of the ignorance, of the opinion, that the fact of opening your eyes hurts so much, and the fact of seeing the real truth directly hurts so much. The truth is that evolution means aggression, that to transcend yourself means violence or implies violence. It is actually an act of violence, of aggression that you need and you commit to yourself in a way that you have to resign to yourself to become another person. And when I say to become another person, I mean it with all the gravity of the concept. You are one thing and you must become another thing. This is an ontological perspective. This is when you are something, you have access to a part of the reality that your actual being is allowed to see, and this has all the consequences, all the ontology and metaphysic consequences and phenomenological consequences. You are actually an open system that reveals against him or herself, and since that you're an open system, a dynamic union of parts that tries to maintain its homeostasis, and that tries to maintain his or her state, actual state. And this is this has a so real and so big strength that many don't understand that you need a huge amount of force equivalent to the chains you are trying to break. I'm talking about a chain because a chain is something strong, something big, something really hard to destroy. When you are something or someone, you see reality as this someone, and you must oblige yourself to become something different, and this is an act of an aggression against yourself. And you cannot go with little tiny and beautiful measures against yourself, because the other part is gonna fight with all it's got. They say, the scientists, that it is the limbic brain against the precortex brain. Regardless of that, the truth is that when you want to lose some fat, when you start a diet, the truth is that physiologically and internally, everything in your body is gonna rebel against your new determination, because everything in your body is adapted and is understanding reality in the way it is understanding it right now. This means that your body really think that the nutrition or the new food you are giving to him or to it is just bad food, is just bad nutrition, is something not good for him, is something that is gonna hurt him, it's gonna be negative to him, and it makes you feel it with all the consequences of the being, with all the consequences of with all the ontological and metaphysical consequences. I mean, this is the reality, it says, and you must be so aggressive in order to straighten the thing that you cannot be half measures against it. You must force it. You must oblige it. You must be so serious, so determined, so violent. Nevertheless, when I mean violent, I don't mean the common concepts of a big amount of energy put into action in a small time, in a small fraction of time. It can be also a determined but smooth strategy. It can be a persistent and constant determination or action repeated so many times during a long period of time. The truth is when you are something, this being of yourself is like a chain, as I was saying before, and we need a force proportional to the strength of this chain to destroy it. But this force needs not to be this kind of concepts that we are normally used to about violence, about strength. It can be distributed in a big amount of time on a persistent way, and probably this is a better and more intelligent strategy, and one that requires a bigger internal development actually. I want to defy your concept of violence because we normally, in this society of today, we are used to a kind of, or to a perspective that probably is not the best one. And finally, I would like to defy another concept that maybe you have. They say the Asian people that when the bigger is the face, the bigger is the cross of a coin. If you are a high-profile person, if you are a strong person, your chains probably are stronger, and the way you and yourself in a holistic manner, because I'm talking about two parts of yourself, like two different persons, but always remind that you are a one and only person with maybe contradictions in the inside. The truth is that the change you will have to break if you are strong will be stronger, and the amount of aggression you will have to commit against yourself will necessarily be bigger and stronger. So be consequent with yourself. Sometimes we perceive difficulties as a weakness, and probably it's the expression of our inner strength. So put even force to your inner force and be determined to destroy these strong chains that probably you have inside and are retaining yourself to be just the person you are today, and not allowing you to become the big plethora of beautiful and more bold person that you can be. Thank you very much.